Did you ever have a dog?
I did.
Did you? What kind of a dog?
Terrier.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he probably
Charlie,
didn't have...
he'd only 3 legs.
Oh, yeah. Well, not a lot of grooming in a terrier.
No, definitely
I had
not.
a Shih Tzu and she really needed lots of grooming. But she didn't like going to the groomers. Well, she didn't like it. She was kind of a little bit scared. But it's a really necessary part of life if you have a little beastie. And here on the Today Show, we like to make sure that we show this because we wanted to transform a little beastie. He's kind of from, a bit like yourself, scruffy when you come in the morning, to fluffy. To fluffy.
Puffy.
To fluffy.
Have a look at this.
So here on the Today Show, we put a call out for Ireland's scruffiest dog, and Kieral got in touch with her dog Charlie. So tell us a little bit about Charlie.
Well, we rescued Charlie from dog 3 weeks ago. He came from terrible circumstances, so thank God somebody did rescue him. He was been locked in a crate for 3 years. He was just destroyed in his own feces and his urine. So when we come back from our walks, he's absolutely destroyed in absolutely everything. And because he's a house dog, we have to bath him nearly every second day. But because he gets so distressed, we really don't want to. Because he'd such a hard life before, I just don't want him to feel that we're that kind of people as well, you know.
Okay, well look, you don't need to worry about that anymore, because today what we're going to do is learn lots of little tips on how you can groom Charlie at home, make his life that little bit easier, and then make the bath enjoyable as well. And then for the viewers at home, loads of little tips so you guys can then groom your dogs at home as well without the stress of having to go to the groomers. Charlie, hi. Okay, so the best thing to do when you're grooming dogs at home is get a nice suitable table, put something soft on it, and start off with something nice. So giving him a little bit of hot dog means that I love being on the table, and that's what you want. Next, what I want you to do when you're grooming a dog at home is to make it nice and relaxing. So putting your hands on your dog can be a little bit stressful, especially if the dog isn't used to it. So starting off doing a little bit of massage. So techniques you can do is just a kind of a rolling technique where you turn your hands in the opposite ways, and it's nice to bring the blood flow up to the skin and make the dog feel that little bit more relaxed. So a lot of the time when dogs come in for grooming, they're covered in mats, and that's something that people think that they can't handle themselves at home. But this little tool here is amazing for grooming dogs at home. All you need to do is you slip it in under the mat, and then when you wiggle, 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 it'll break down the mat, and then you can brush it out. So when you find a little mat, you're going to put it in flat against the skin, turn it upside down, and then wiggle, 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 and it'll break right through. So it'll make the skin or the coat much easier then to brush. So any little mats in underneath and wiggle, 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 and then it's much softer here than the other little tangles. So a lot of the time as well, when it comes to the nails, people at home either are too afraid to cut the nails, or they do cut the nails and they do it the wrong way and they end up badly hurting the dog. When you look at his nails here now, they are a little bit long, but the important thing to remember is that little pink part, that's the quick. And the quick is the blood vessel, and you cannot cut the quick because then he'll bleed and that'll be sore. So all you want to do is get the little tips of the nail off. Put the clippers right by the little white tip and snip. Next, what I want you to do at home is to check his ears. So ears need to be cleaned regularly, and if there's too much hair growing in there, sometimes you might need to remove that hair. Now his ears look pretty clean, but what we want to do is we want to just flush them, because if there's any kind of dirt down low in the ear canal or any like grass seeds, things like that, you want to flush them out. So just getting an ear cleaning fluid, and what you're going to do is put a few drops into the ear canal, squish it about, and then let him shake, shake, shake.
And where can I pick them up?
You can get them in any pet shop.
Okay.
So any pet shops, or even your vets might sell them as well. Couple of drops in, and then the massage. So they love this massage part. Good boy. So there we go. Let him shake it out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of this puppy food, because puppy food is tasty, really meaty, and we're going to pop some into the bath now as well, so that while he's in the bath, he's having a nice little nibble and he feels like, I like being in the bath. And then you want to make sure that the temperature of the water is nice before we put it on him. Best tip when you're showering the dog at home is to hold the nozzle right close against the skin. So as you can hear, it's much quieter when you keep the nozzle close to the skin, and that'll be less overwhelming for your dog. So what you want to do then for the head, like I was saying, is shampoo it. So get your sponge, pour out all the extra water, and then just pour shampoo onto your sponge, and that way then you can use that on his head and around his muzzle. So here we go.
Just rub it on his head?
Yeah, so keep the head pointing upwards. Perfect. Ears pinned in, and then a good scrub. Perfect. So this way as well, you're not pouring anything onto his head and you're not upsetting it. Now, Okay, so as always, you've got your treats. The tips to drying your dog at home is, obviously most people won't have a commercial dryer, but you can use your hair dryer. Make sure that the temperature isn't too hot, so hold it on your own skin for a few seconds and make sure it's not too warm. Then the tip is blow dry against the growth of the hair so that you're drying underneath the hair first, and it'll make it nice and fluffy. And then make sure you don't keep the dryer, the nozzle, on the one area for too long. So you want to keep it moving. So small circles against the growth of the hair and keep it moving. Now, they're all the steps you're going to need for grooming your dog at home. So just remember, lots of treats, make it fun, everything nice and slowly, and then just follow the steps and he'll be nice and clean all the time at home.